Hey team, it's Charlie. Thank you so much everyone that submitted questions for this week's Doctor Who Q&A. I saw a lot of you had the same questions about, secret identities, people coming back for the finale. I know everyone's kind of wondering when Missy is coming back too. I also have some announcements about new stuff happening next week, so I'll do that at the end of this video. I'll add it all in the description too, so be sure to check there. I believe this episode was actually the last of the leaked scripts, so I think we'll have a lot more fun speculating on what might be happening in the future without having to worry about crazy spoilers. Speaking of which, time heist. Careful for spoilers from the episode if you haven't seen it yet. I'll wait just a sec. Okay, ready? Here we go. Question number 1. Jack Marriott asks, when is the Doctor going to start talking about where his face came from again? It's possible they could totally wait till like the last couple of episodes before bringing that up again. I think there's two things going on here. One, I think it's a clever way to reference Capaldi's other characters from Doctor Who and Torchwood, and second, I think it's going to tie in with the finale. Because of the way these episodes are mostly one-offs and don't really carry over too much from one to the other, I'm thinking that more and more they're just going to wait till the end of the season to directly address his face. And when I say directly address, I mean use a giant chunk of an episode. He did make the joke about coming out looking like a magician, so at least he's referencing himself. I think we'll see more of that in the one-off episodes, him just making fun of himself. I don't know that it's necessarily part of the overarching plot though. I think it's just the writers being cheeky. On to question number 2, Blue Headphones asks, at the end when the Doctor jokes about the date, do you think that the Doctor and Danny will compete over Clara? I really hope they don't, but I do think that we're going to see some of that in episode 6. When you look at the teaser, it looks like Clara is about as tired as I am. Right now she's burning the candle at both ends, spending extra time with the Doctor, and returning to her normal life as if no time has passed at all. I don't know that I'd enjoy a story where someone as grand as the Doctor fights for the intention of a normal companion, but it does look like the show wants us to think that Clara is going to have to make a big choice. Theoretically, if a companion wanted to, they could totally stay with the Doctor their entire life, so even though they always return to the point where they left off, they still age normally, meaning that unless Clara is sleeping on the TARDIS, she's probably not sleeping much at all, and not having much of a normal life. That kind of reminds me of the Doctor's joke about calories consumed on the TARDIS. In general though, Clara will probably not go on the way she's been going on for the last couple series. At some point she's going to have to decide, do I want a normal life with Danny, or do I want to stay with the Doctor? On to question number 3. Wolf Lover asks, do you think that the other characters Capaldi has played on Doctor Who and Torchwood were clones? I don't, but Russell Davies said that when he was still doing Torchwood, he actually had a really clever explanation. I don't know that we'll ever find out what that was. Obviously Moffat has since cast him in Doctor Who, negating whatever Davies' story would have been, but I'm sure he also has his own explanation. In Deep Breath, he said he felt like he was trying to tell himself something. I don't think those other faces will be critical to that. I think the explanation will be pretty simple. But for fans of Torchwood and big Whovians, I think Moffat's explanation, whatever it is, will allow room for tinfoil theories. In general, I've noticed that whenever people confront Moffat about plot holes at conventions, he tends to be pretty open-ended, like he wants people to have multiple interpretations. I do think we'll learn what the Doctor's face means by the finale. I don't think that it's going to satisfy everyone's explanations, like it's not going to wrap everything up completely. I think a good analog to this is thinking about the regenerations that the Doctor got in the Christmas special. Moffat has never explicitly stated he got one or he got a new cycle, so it's still kind of open-ended. But question number 4, Joe Kerr asks, do you think that we'll see River Song anytime soon? I'm actually kind of hoping that we don't, but not because I hate her or anything. What I'd really like to see is a big twist in the finale that does not completely depend on something from a previous series. I really like the idea of them doing something completely fresh. Like Missy not having anything to do with River, just being someone totally new. The woman in the shop with the Doctor's phone number is a good example. I'd be a little disappointed if it turned out it was River this whole time. I feel like with the exception of new people we'll meet between now and the finale, like any potential new people, we've already met everyone that will be critical to the big arcs of Series 8. Like there won't be a Deus Ex Machina in the finale with someone that we've never seen before. Even if there is a big Moffat loop, I still like the idea that someone could start watching the show for the first time this year with Deep Breath, like never having watched Doctor Who before, and still be able to understand who all the characters are in the finale and the big twist. I think we all expect there to be a big twist in the finale. This is Doctor Who, there's always going to be a big twist. It just feels like keeping things simpler would be a much cleaner execution from a storytelling perspective. It also feels like something the BBC would be happier about, at least from an audience development standpoint. It would almost be too daunting for new viewers to jump on the show if they had to do a mountain of homework just to understand what's going on. Like I said, there's always going to be room for multiple interpretations. Like, they'll include Easter eggs that people who have been Doctor Who fans their whole lives will be able to spot. But question number 5, David Rice asks, what do you think happened to all the regular people on the bank when the solar storm destroyed the planet? Part of me thinks that they were killed, at least the ones that weren't deep in the earth. The strange thing, when you think about it, is if they were in the far future and had all that cool security technology at the bank, wouldn't they also be able to forecast solar weather? It seemed like the solar storm was supposed to be a big surprise. That was why the bank was unprepared and all the systems went down. But if they did have really advanced tech, big solar events like that take a while to happen. It's not instantaneous. Like, you can see a solar storm coming. In general, I don't think it was necessarily critical to the plot of the episode, so I try not to pick apart things like that too much. But question number 6, Orlando asks, do you think that Sai and Sabra will have anything to do with the finale? So the finale does talk about old friends and old enemies maneuvering around the Doctor, so it's definitely possible. When I think about Sabra's powers, I think they feel a lot like the Tesselecta, or look a lot like the Tesselecta, with the ability to mimic other people. And that was the solution to the Series 6 plot, so part of me feels like they wouldn't use that again, like it's almost too similar. I think that the Paternoster gang is supposed to be back, and the Unit characters. Aside from them though, I haven't seen any news about other friendly characters showing up in the finale. But on to question number 7. Sarah Walden asks, do you think that they'd kill off Clara if she leaves this year? Or go more Amy and Rory with it? I don't think that they would give her like a grotesque ending. I don't think it's going to be like Dalek Oswin, so I guess you could say I'm thinking more Amy and Rory. Maybe not the exact same thing, but I do feel like she's going to pay a big price and still get her happy ending with Danny Pink. That is if she's leaving. I just feel like the show is pushing her towards Danny Pink, and it wants us to feel like that's a good thing. Regardless of what might happen with him in the finale, I feel like he is a good character. Like, he's being presented as a force for good. It is Moffat, so I don't think that she's going to walk away completely unscathed. There is a small chance that Jenna Coleman could totally stay on the show, but I feel like the show itself, like the stories, are trying to prepare us for Clara leaving, at least with all the Danny Pink romance stuff. But question number 8, Miki Chiba asks, do you think that Lady Carol Braxis is Romana? I feel like she's a completely new character. The BBC, whenever they announced her, described her as a new villain. It's possible she could come back as a clone, but I'm thinking more and more with each episode that none of the characters on this series are secretly someone from Classic Who. I haven't really seen anything spoilery to say otherwise. I do think that Missy is someone from the Doctor's past, but I don't think it's someone that the show has ever done before. But question number 9, FG Pinky asks, what was Clara's reward for robbing the bank? That's a good question. Everyone got a reward. I feel like it was the date. At least the date, as the Doctor called it, getting the thrill of robbing the richest bank in the universe. The Doctor did make that comment also that he didn't know what his reward was, and I also kind of think it might have been tied to the idea of that date. Like, he was rewarded with the thrill of seeing Clara get a thrill. There's this really weird thing going on. Even though they did that big speech in deep breath about the Doctor no longer seeking approval by using his appearance, like making himself look pretty for companions, it still feels like he wants approval from Clara if he's trying to impress her. I really hope episode 6 clarifies some of this, just because the Doctor is moving into Clara's domain, like with Danny Pink there. But question number 10, T-Tam asks, what is the giveaway for? That's a good question. Giveaways are typically like $20 Amazon gift cards, unless it's a Game of Thrones video. That's usually like a weekly book giveaway. In general, I just do giveaways as a way to say thank you to all my subscribers. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's no special reason. It's just a small way for me to give something back. This year, I am planning on adding some Google Hangouts as rewards for giveaways and stuff like that. So once I get it all figured out, I'll totally make an announcement. But thank you so much to everyone that submitted questions, and congratulations to Laser Monkey. You are this week's giveaway winner. You win a $20 Amazon gift card. I'll reach out to you on your channel for details, so be sure to check your inbox. Because I'm still catching up on sleep, I'm a little behind on my Walking Dead and Game of Thrones videos, so I'll get those out next. But here's the big announcement. Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are starting next week. For UK people, Gotham is on Channel 5 and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on Channel 4. I have already done some preview videos for those shows, so I'll add some links in the description just to help you guys get ready, so be sure to check them out, because they're all going to be a lot of fun. Right now though, click here to learn all about this year's Christmas special. There have been some big updates, and click here for my episode 5 review. Thanks so much for watching. Now let's all high five, and we'll meet back up for Gotham tomorrow night.